What's this?
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I start up my first look coverage. It's going to be weird. I don't know exactly what to say. It's going to be kind of like an elongated first look because this game just released into Steam Early Access on May 31st. It's called Kings and Heroes. It's by Industry Games. And it's an MMO, but it's a First Person Action MMO. It's quite interesting. I played around with it a little bit to get a feel for the game. This is how it starts you, by the way. It throws you directly into the character creation menu or screen when you start up the game. So, as I said, it released into early access, and it still has a lot of work to be done, but it's still playable and enjoyable. I fiddled around with it for probably about an hour maybe, and I have a rough idea what's going on. So, that being said, let's create our characters, shall we? Alright, we have five choices. We have a champion, cleric, wizard, rogue, and ranger.
You charge into battle.
I do. Alright, I like her voice acting. It's fun. Alright, so, the champion. The champion, you are trained in the art of warfare. Your abilities are enhanced by your weapons and armor. You are the defender of your allies.
You are the hand of judgment.
The cleric, you feel the calling to serve others with the wisdom granted to you by the divine. You are blessed with the abilities to heal and defend your allies. Then there's the wizard. Hey, she didn't say anything. What happened?
You are a
There we go.
master of the elements.
You are attuned with the raw magic of the universe. Your intellect is your greatest asset in dispatching your foes. The rogue?
By the time they see you, it will be too late.
Indeed it will. You are skilled at moving unnoticed and are light on your feet. You utilize dexterity to dispatch your foes quickly and vanish. And finally, the ranger.
You are unrivaled in your mastery of the bow.
You are skilled in ranged combat. You seek to use your skills to dispatch foes from a distance. Alright, so there you have it. Alright, if you take a look, there's a primary and a secondary attribute.
You charge
Strength
into
and
battle.
dexterity,
You are the hand
wisdom
of
and int.
judgment.
Int and
By
wisdom,
the time they see
dexterity
you, it
and
will be
strength,
too
and
late.
finally dexterity and int. So this is either intellect or intelligence. You get the rough idea. I think I'm going to try playing around as a ranger. I think that's going to be who I actually play as. I very rarely play a ranged character in any kind of RPG game. I don't know why. I like to have like a big two-handed weapon and smash skulls, or I like to have a sword and board or an axe and board, as it were. And actually, tank. I'm pretty good at that. I do healing pretty decently. I do spellcasting. Don't really. Occasionally, I like going, like a rogue or somebody, an assassin, something that's got like close range, high DPS with like two weapons. I think that's pretty cool. Very rarely do I ever play like a ranged character. So we're gonna try the ranged character this time. We're gonna play primarily alone. I don't plan to really group up. Maybe if some folks actually decide they like this game, they want to grab it into early access and play. Maybe I can have a few folks join me, but we'll see. Anyhow, let's go to the next part. There are six different races. We're going to read through each one. There's a little confusion between a few of these things, and I'll point it out as we go through, but let's go. The humans. And she didn't say her line again. Speak, woman. Speak your line. She doesn't want to say anything. She's broken. I broke her.
You are unrivaled in your mastery of the bow. A race
There.
as old as time, original rulers of the 10 kingdoms.
Alright, are you ready, guys and gals, for what we have before us? The humans. The humans are the oldest known race in the land, where I'm going to call shenanigans on this, but we'll see. They are strong in body, clever of mind, and charming to others. They have the ability to do well in any endeavor. Then we have the dwarves.
Strong and stout, they are the captains of industry.
Dwarves are short and stout with a strong constitution. They make their homes in the deep places of the earth. And you'll notice the humans had no stat bonuses. These guys have a +1 to strength, +2 to constitution, and a -1 to dexterity and intelligence. Then there's the elves.
Lithe and quick, the picture of coordination and control.
Elves are ancient race. I would assume that means an ancient race. Anyway, elves are an ancient race, close to nature. They are the most intelligent race in the land. They are long-lived and slow to trust those outsiders. They can probably get rid of those and just say outsiders as well. Anyhow, they're an ancient race, so to me that would mean that they are actually older than humans. That's my thinking. So I feel like they're not the humans aren't the old, but maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway, so it is what it is. +1 to dexterity, +2 to intelligence, 1 to strength, and 1 to constitution. There's the halflings, so the hobbits.
Many will underestimate you because of your size. A fatal mistake.
Halflings are a long-lived race with a childlike appearance. They are quick on their feet and wise. It is difficult to tell if they are friend or foe. +1 dex, 2 to wisdom, -1 to strength and int. Then we have the orcs, the boys.
Renowned for their strength and fury, not for their diplomacy.
Indeed. Orcs are the strongest of all the races. They excel in physical combat. Their history is shrouded in mystery. History, mystery. We are rhyming every time, and we're poets and we don't know it. It's fine. Anyway, so there's our orcish boys. They have 2 strength, 1 constitution. We have 1 int and 1 wisdom on the minus side. And finally, the goblins. And I believe I'm going to go with the goblin.
Clever and cunning, a powerful ally, or a deadly foe.
Indeed. Goblins are the youngest race. They are crafty in their dealings with other races. In battle, they are known for their dexterity and quickness. Alright, so they have +2 to dex, 1 to int. We need dex and int, so it's a match made in heaven. They are a little bit weaker and less healthy than some of the other races. So we're going to go with the Goblin Ranger. And now the fun part. We actually get to roll dice and try to get the best rolls we can. You can get a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 18. And it's not pseudo-random, so if you get like 18, 18, you're not going to get like 3, 3, 12, and 9 or something. You could literally get all 18, so it just depends on how often and how hard and how long you want to roll. You can spend all day rolling and see if you can eventually get the mecca of rolls, or you can go with something that's at least decent and run from there. Alright, so that being said, let's do it. Roll!
Terrible, not gonna happen. I want no single digits. Nope, rolling again. Oh, it's actually not bad, but dexterity's a little low. I want dexterity to be high, int to be high, constitution to be high, and then the rest doesn't matter so much. Still not enough. You do, and you're gonna wait, lady. You're gonna wait until I find the perfect thing. Now that would've been nice over here. But 3 strength, that's pretty dismal, we'll say. Nope. 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 Roll them bones faster, lady. Roll them bones. That's mediocre. Alright. We're just not getting anywhere. Let's pick them up, and then blow on them, and roll. Where are we at? Apparently we have halitosis, it just didn't work. Alright, we're gonna keep trying until we get something good, guys. If it goes really late, I'll just do this off camera, and we'll see if I can't come up with a good roll. But we'll spend a minute or two, why not? You guys need to go through the crazy chaoticness that this involves anyway, so... nope. Almost. Come on, show me something good. Nope, if we didn't have that 7 on constitution, I might have taken that. Yeah, they are. Come on, 8 dex, you couldn't give me like 18 there? That would've been perfect. Nope. Come on, give me something good. Oh, here we go. 13 dexterity is so low, though, in comparison to the others. Like, couldn't we move this stat over here? Can we like, swap the cards? No? I kinda wanna go with it. I'm gonna roll again. I know, it's painful. I'm so sorry. Oh, God, it's so bad. Come on, give me a high dexterity roll. You're evil. You're the devil, old woman. Yeah, you are the devil. You just got the devil numbers there. Jeez. Come on. There we go. We have 9 on the int. And we have 4 and a 3 as well. This is absolutely abysmal rolling for me. I do apologize, folks. I should have taken that one. I should have. I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy. This is true. This is true. The whole world will end before I'm actually ready to go. Nope. Giving me grief, woman. Come on. Give me them numbers. No, constitution's still too low. Darn it. So close. So close. But still not good. Alright, folks. I think we're gonna go 2 more rolls. If we don't come up with something like that.
3 strength. I don't... do I care? Muscular power. This statistic is key for those who want to excel in physical combat. I want to do ranged. We're going to not care about strength. Couldn't it have been like a 9? I would have gone with a 9 or even a 7, but a 3, it's literally the lowest roll. I'm going to do it. We'll see if I live to regret this. Alright, so then they have the old D&D adage here, or not adage, but, you know, the whole alignment system. You have lawful, you have neutral, alright, you have good, neutral, and evil. You have lawful and chaotic. So I'm going to give you guys a paraphrased breakdown of what each one is, and I'm going to go with chaotic neutral because it's just the easiest one because you just do whatever you want. So lawful means that you follow the laws no matter whether it's good, bad, or good or evil, doesn't matter to you. Lawful is lawful. So if you're lawful neutral, you don't care about either one. If you're lawful good, you care about... Alright, we'll get to that. So lawful means you follow the law, the letter of the law, no matter what. If you could break the law to do something nice for somebody, you wouldn't do it because you're all about the law. Chaotic's the total opposite. If something has to do with the law, you're going to break it. You're going to go against the law no matter what. You think the law is bullcrap. It's keeping you down. You don't want to do it. You're fighting the law no matter what. Again, it doesn't matter about good, evil, or anything else yet. So that's the chaotic and the lawful. Then the good, obviously, you do good deeds. You try to be a good person. You help people in need, so on and so forth. And then evil, exactly the opposite. You're only out to cause harm and destruction and devastation. You only care about yourself and what you can get out of things. Then when you combine like lawful good, you care about the law and you do everything that's right. That's a difficult one to really play because there's going to be moral choices where, following the law is actually an evil thing. So it's a little difficult. And then of course neutral, like true neutral, means you don't care about good or evil. You don't really care about the law or not care about the law. You're kind of in the middle. That's usually what I play, but I like the idea of chaotic neutral. Heck with the law, especially being a goblin. The heck with the law, we don't care about it, we'll do whatever we want, we'll break the law as we see fit, and yeah, we're not going to be good or evil. There'll be times where we're like, I don't like this guy, let's just kill him. Stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to roll out with the chaotic neutral.
There is a fine line between freedom and madness.
Indeed there is. Anyway, if you click on each and every one of these, there is different stuff here. I'm not going to read through all of them, but we'll read through this one. You are driven by your own desires and do not like to be hindered by laws and traditions. You believe you have the right to act as you want. So, there you go. Alright, let us begin.
May the great gods smile upon you.
And here's our character. He is a sexy beast, isn't he? The answer is no. No, he's actually quite disturbing and creepy. I actually don't mind the generic starting thing. Let's see. Let's name him. Gobby Gobs. There he is. Alright, apparently there's only males right now. That or the females are just as ugly as the males. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to probably go with something closer to him. I actually didn't mind the first guy that we had. Let's see, can we get what kind of skin can we get? It's too light. I don't hate that skin color. Age is not a thing we can change just yet. Super pointed nose, a little bit less. We're going to go with that. That looks kind of menacing. I like menacing. I like the hair. I like the way it is. I like it being green. That's cool. We're going to go with a beard, though. We're going to want the full beard. There it is. As close to a full beard as we can get. Alright, and what else? We got traits. Oh, cool. Ooh, we can get like a skull bat face looking thing. I like it. Let's go with that. And his eyes, of course, are going to have to be green because that's the way it is. Alright, and we're going to start up with Gobby Gobs. Now, the game is a bit laggy. Again, it just released in early access. The developers have already been patching the game, trying to fix any and every problem that has popped up, so that is good to see. Once we get into the game, it's going to take a few seconds to load, or maybe even up to a minute to load. I don't know if it's quite that long. But it will take a bit to load, and then once you get in, it will lag like crazy for a few seconds, and then it normalizes. Now, I've gone off exploring, and I haven't found anything at all outside of town. I don't believe the game is at that point yet where they have a lot of stuff populated outside of the different towns and whatnot. But you can start off, you can find parties by going up and talking to anyone. You can click on them and invite them in. There's still a lot of random stuff that I'm not 100% sure of, but the easiest way to get started is basically just walk to the center of town that you start in, and you will be able to sit down at any of the tables there and basically build your own dungeon and then go into it. You can either join matchmaking, you can actually create a dungeon and have people join you through matchmaking, or you can go into a private dungeon just bringing you and your friends. I'm going to go with a private dungeon just going by myself. I haven't actually tried the ranged character yet. I went with a melee combatant. Now here you'll see the horrible lag fest that is the beginning login screen. You'll hear breaking sounds and all sorts of stuff. The ground and the topography, everything's going to load in. So every time you log in, this is going to be a little bit slow on this front. But that's okay, guys and gals. Again, it literally just released for public consumption really shortly ago. So I don't hate it. I'm going to actually open up... That was weird. I'm going to actually open up my inventory here. And there's going to be nothing there. Oh, there it goes. Again, this is the starting location. Or this is what happens every time you start up the game. Alright, so these are the early access stuff. You get the Patron's Cloak, so we get to go and equip that right away. We can grab the Benefactor's Ring. I think if you double left click, you can, yeah, you'll be able to equip as well. Gives you +2 armor, 8 range power, 1 to attack speed, 1 to movement speed, and 1 to spell critical. And the Crown of the Creator, which is up here. And bam, there we go. And our first mission is the Everdale welcome letter, rather. Go to the Inn of the Silver Dove at the center of town and talk to Namari. Alright, well that's cool. So that's what we're going to do. And you are stuck in first person. If you want to look at yourself, you hit the minus key and you can actually scroll around and look at your character. But when you play, you only play in first person. There's no third person mode, and if there is, I don't know what button to press that, or to operate that would be. But I believe it's supposed to be first person, and it is. So there you have it. Alright, we're going to waddle on into the town, into the inn where everyone else is. I'm right over here. And we're going to talk to her, potentially, but apparently I'm having a hard time seeing her. Woman, speak to me. Oop, that is not the right button. And you pinned me in. I can't seem to talk to her, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going to sit here. Nope, that's not what I want. I need to talk to you, lady. I'm too short. There we go. I made it up on the bar stool. Alright, now I can talk to her. Alright, what do you have here? Alright, so we're going to show her a meaningful item. And we're going to show her this. Give the Everdale welcome letter. Greetings, I'm Namari. Welcome to the Inn of the Silver Dove. You've come to the right spot if you're looking for adventure. Have a drink on the house. There are a lot of amazing people here. If instant adventure is what you're looking for, have a seat at one of the tables. You may find items during your adventures. Don't hesitate to show them to people around town. Feel free to explore our town and beyond. Like I said, I have explored beyond the town. I did not find anything. So I'm going to sit down now for realsies, and we're going to create ourselves a dungeon.
You guys are crazy.
And apparently voice chat is on, so we're going to, of course, get away from here. We're going to go to the crypt. We're going to go down to private dungeon, and we are going to start it up. There's 2 options there, whether it was the crypt or the caves. The caves is a higher level one. I made a mistake of going there first, and it didn't end well. I think that's for level 5+. I went there at level 1, couldn't kill the first guy I ran across, got murdered. It was awful, it was embarrassing, it was horrible. The crypts, however, a little bit easier, and starting off is easy. It's just safer, especially if you're going to go and play solo for a while. It'll let you get used to how the game works, your character, what his different skills are, and everything else. When you load into the dungeon the first time, it's going to be a bit laggy. Again, guys, this is an early access game. It just released into early access. People are just getting their hands onto the game for the first time. So please be aware of that. And yeah, let's begin. So this, I believe, is the way out. I don't want to go that way. If you look at the bottom of the screen, we have left mouse button, right mouse button. We have 1, 2, and 3 as our skills. We're going to actually go into our inventory. I forgot what the hotkey for abilities are, but we can go up to the tab up here. And it shows you the different things. So shoot arrow is your basic ranged attack. The poison arrow will poison, doing damage over time. We have a trap that we can place on the ground that will incapacitate a target. We can counter strike, instantly counter damage to melee weapon. We have second wind, which will give us full regeneration of our stamina, and of course a melee attack if we were so inclined to use it. Alright, so that being said, let's start over here, shall we? Walk up, press G to open stuff up, and surprise, we get hit by a rogue. Not gonna lie, that did freak me out a little bit. We did kill him immediately, though. Thing I gotta say I don't like about this character as much as I liked about my melee guy, I don't have a heal, so if I start getting swarmed by things, it's not gonna go well for me. Alright, I'm gonna place a trap on the ground, I hope. And we'll see if that worked. It did. Alright, and goodbye. Alright, so for right now, we're one-shotting these guys. That's not always going to be the case. You walk over bodies, you loot them. You see over here, we've already picked up all these different melee items. Nothing ranged just yet. We have shadow leggings that give us more melee power, reduces our armor, and gets rid of our ranged power. Not really what we're after, so we're not going to go with that. I'm going to open this, I'm going to back up, going to fire at him, and apparently drop him immediately. There could still be a rogue in the room, we don't know. There are invisible characters and things, which is not great. We have shadow boots again. Let's see, what do those do for us? Again, same thing. They're basically for actual rogues, is what those items seem to be for. And this seems like it's the staircase down to the next level of the dungeon. I'm not ready to go down there yet. We're going to stick around the top. The further in the dungeon you go, the more and more nasty and dangerous it becomes. So you should always clear the top level as much as you can before going down to the next, and then the next, and the next. So that is definitely your best bet. This is probably filled with nasty people that are going to murder my soul. Yep. It definitely was. Alright, well, we were able to easily drop them both. I believe we do regenerate health over time if we're out of combat, not getting hit. So that's a thing. I'm going to place that on the ground in hopes that if somebody decides to come at me again... I don't know if anybody's over here. I'm a little freaked out by this whole area. Nope. Apparently nothing was here. Alright, so we're going to loot this. We got some crafting materials. I haven't actually played around with the crafting yet, so I don't know much about it, but it's something we will definitely get to. Again, I'm going to be doing this over probably the entire course of the early access of the game, and just playing around, seeing what they add, what they change, and whatnot. So we'll probably do a few episodes at the beginning just to get a feel for the game, and then we'll come back as they do updates and such. Alright. Place our trap down there. Going to take a shot at this guy. Oh, he's going to fire a fireball at me. That I apparently did not dodge either time. Alright, well we got a luminous shod staff of grounding. Feel very grounded. I think we might have pooped on the ground a little bit. Oh gosh. Okay, that hurt a little bit. That's a cool spell though. I'm almost sad that I'm not playing a wizard right now. These spells look amazing compared to our little shooty pew pew action here. Right in your belly. Poison you. Alright, so as you can see, this would actually be, I don't want to say a lot more fun, but it would be quite a bit different if we had a full group of guys. Because you'd have one guy walking in, tanking everything up, and you'd have another guy that was sitting back doing damage. Somebody who would probably be able to throw heals. These guys apparently don't know how to deal with stairs, or they're clipped on a corner there. So the AI could use a little bit of an improvement on that particular spot. But again, guys, early access, it's, like I said, first time the public gets their hands on the game at all. And the developers seem to be very, very open to fixing things that are broken and patching stuff and getting the, listening to the players and trying to get the game where they will want it. So I'm pretty happy to see that. I opened the chest. There was nothing in that one. Let's see, what do we have over here? Nothing in that one either. Well, that's a bit interesting. We have a hood. Now, that's pretty good because we don't have anything on our head right now. So I'm going to throw that on. And we look really bizarre now. We have the crown on top of our head, the hood over there. It is a bit blurry looking. I don't know, maybe my eyes are going bad or something. Taking a look. That's for spell power. There is a better bow here that we just found. Increased damage, increased range power. We're going to add that to our weapon set here. Nope. Don't want that. Don't want that. Let's take a look around real quick at the different items that we picked up. Alright, there's a shield, which wouldn't be terrible. Perhaps we should grab a weapon as a secondary precaution. Just in case we need to melee something, that might not be the worst thing in the world for us. Alright, what's going to be the best weapon type, I wonder? This one seems to... This one was green. Yeah, maybe that's an okay one. Alright, so we're going to go with that. So we have a sword and a shield now if we need it. This one's got a blue border. I don't know most of the... I guess it's an ice weapon. Alright, what does this thing look like? If you press F, you put your shield up, though that seems to be in the wrong hand. It might be. Let's see. Can we swap those two? There we go. Shield in the left hand. Alright, that's cool. Alright, looks like we're going to be ready to go down. You press tab to cycle through the different weapons that you have. You can have up to 3 weapon sets going at any given time. We're going to go down to the next level, play around for just a few more minutes before I break off the episode. We've cleared the entire top area out, so that is pretty sweet. And if you hold shift, you will sprint, by the way, guys. If you look at the bottom, you see the blue bar, it's going down. When you're sprinting, you are actually burning through your stamina, which is not always a great thing to do. Alright, so when we get to the next level, it's probably going to be some undead minions and stuff, and it's going to be a little bit scarier. And by a little bit, I mean way scarier than what we fought so far. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful with what we do here. Oh, actually it's not. You did. The last couple times I hear... Oh, gosh. I hear footprints. That actually scared me a little bit. I heard footprints, couldn't figure out where they were coming from, and then, sure enough, there was a guy right there. Or not foot... I don't hear footprints. I hear footsteps. I'm sorry. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, but I definitely heard the footsteps, and I'm like, well, where is that? That looks like that leads down to... not necessarily the next floor, just another area on this floor. Alright, we're going to open this door. Oh, there's a guy right there. And that thing that's happening to me, it means I'm actually stunned. That is the stunning graphic. We do have very long range with our bow, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. And my aim is terrible right now. I don't know why. I'm having a hard time aiming. I don't know if the sensitivity is off, it's too high or too low, but meh. Alright, now we get to deal with one of the more fun guys. We got lucky there because I actually got that shot off when I did. Those guys will spawn skeletons non-stop the entire time they're out, and that is actually quite annoying. And difficult to deal with. Alright, so we shot the poison down there. We looted, we opened and closed that thing a couple of times. The summon guys do have loot as well, like the kite shield we just picked up there. So just because you don't see a person in the room right away doesn't mean that it's not there and it's not going to be coming. So, just something to be aware of. Okay. I wasn't sure if there was more coming or what the deal was. The possibility that there is an invisible unit is always there, so you should just be careful. When you're moving, go slow. I've never been able to get past these things, ever, without getting hit. I don't know how this is going to work out for me, and I don't really want to go forward through them just yet. I believe they lead to a new level. And like I said, we're about out of time anyway. I'm going to try to get over across the hallway, clear out the other side of the hallway, and then probably break out the episode there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed so far this first look at Kings and Heroes. Sorry guys, I'm glancing at the time. Kings and Heroes. It did, again, release on May 31st into Steam Early Access, so you guys can get your hands on the game and play it. And like I said, it's got a lot of potential. I think it's going to be a lot of fun when you have a full party. And, yeah, it's definitely got a really solid start. And the fact that you can get some randomized dungeons all the time, I think is pretty cool. I assume that they're going to be adding, like, different actual dungeons and places that you can go to and do battle with. This wall, looks like I can see through it. Can I shoot through it? Is that a thing? Oh, you totally can. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, maybe that was a bad thing. I learned something new, guys and gals. What? I'm looking, I'm like, man, that looks like there's something on the other side of that wall. And then, sure enough, there was something on the other side of that wall. Who knew? I certainly didn't. It's a little funny that you can't climb over the debris either. You just like walk right through it. Just like, I'm a goblin. I can't really reach over that. It's fine. There are no chests in here, though. That's a little bit saddening. Anyway, as you guys already have noticed, you tend to get a lot of loot. As you see, we're already up into the next area. We have a belt, apparently. We have a couple of hoods that aren't even as good as the ones that we have. We have some purple shadow boots, which are actually decent, but they lower our ranged power, which we don't want. It does increase our melee and spell power, though. They're pretty good boots overall, but still not what we're looking for. This is an amazing bow, though. We're going to totally equip that bad boy. We got some void damage. I don't even know what that is. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We got a shiny bow. What? You are down, sir. Never to rise again. Anyway, that's going to do it for this first episode of the first look of Kings and Heroes. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. If you want more information about the game, the developer, where to get the game, any of the wonderful fun stuff I always include, it'll be down below in the description of the video. And I will catch you guys next time. We'll play around a little bit more with the Gobby Gobs, and I don't know, maybe after 2 or 3 episodes, we'll give it a break and let them do some more work on the game. Then we'll come back, possibly starting a new hero. Maybe I'll play a little bit more on my own, and we'll go from there. And, of course, the phone had to ring to ruin my outro, as it always does. It does not always the phone. It's always something, though, it seems. Anyway, guys and gals, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.